This is Shubhrani, and I am going to demonstrate my mini project that has an objective of to design such a LED that has a three mode of operation. In the first mode, the LED is continuously off. In the second mode, the LED is continuously on, and in the third mode, the LED or the torch light will continuously change its state from on to off simultaneously. So the first and second mode of operation are quite simple to turn the torch on or off continuously, whereas the main trick comes to the third mode of operation, where we have to put the torch in such a condition that it can change its state continuously itself. It's turn on and turn off, again turn on and turn off. So this is only possible if we can control over the voltage, input voltage at the load terminal. So we have to find such a device that produce pulses, and with the help of those pulses we can implement the control over the source voltage. So while I'm thinking the pulse generator, the first thing that comes in my mind is timer IC, NE555 IC. NE555 is a widely used integrated circuit that is used to vary the time or delay it. Generally gives the output pulses as the square waves. In the binary system, it's known as zeros and ones, active high and active low. Here we have to familiarize with the term duty cycle. Duty cycle is the percentage of ratio of T on to the time period of the 555 timer IC. So what is T on? T on is the active high output time of the 555 IC, whereas capital T or time period is the summation of T off and T on of the IC. Now we have to go through some equations, theoretical equations and circuit diagrams to understand better how to control the duty cycle of the 555 timer IC.
Here we can see the configuration of improved stable multivibrator using 555 timer IC on the screen. Now, why we consider it as an improved version of normal stable multivibrator? Because normal stable multivibrator does contain only R1 and R2, two resistance. In case of normal stable configuration, the charging and discharging path of the timer capacitor is same. Whereas the improved stable configuration has two extra diode to make the discharge and charge path unique. During charging time, D2 falls in reverse biased condition and the current flow through the R1 and D1. When the timer capacitor stores 2/3 voltage of the source, it starts discharging through D2 and R2 and complete the full process. Now coming to the duty cycle portion, if it represents with the term of R1 and R2, the duty cycle equation would look like D is equal to R1 by whole of R1 plus R2. Again, if we represent the equation in terms of T on, the on time of the active high time of the 555 timer IC and the time period of the 555 timer, then the equation would look like D is equal to T on by T into 100%. So from these two equations we can say if we can change any value of R1 or R2, we can able to change the time period of the timer IC. Again, as we know that the time period is the inverse of the frequency, so we are changing the frequency as a reason of or as a result of the change in the time period of the 555 timer. Thus, in my project, I can control the whole duty cycle using this stable configuration. In the circuit designing portion of my project, instead of hardware wiring, I choose the EasyEDA online platform to make my connections. So, the NE555 timer IC has already been placed in the middle of the worksheet. The VCC pin and discharge pin will be connected directly through a 10 kilo ohm resistance. The series combination of diode D9 and the 50 kilo ohm potentiometer are in parallel with diode D8 and connected between the discharge and threshold pin as shown on the screen. The timing capacitor C2 of 100 microfarad has been placed in between ground and threshold. The trigger of the 555 IC will be shorted with the threshold pin. Another capacitor C1 of 0.1 microfarad has been placed in between the control voltage and ground. The ground pin of the 555 IC will directly connect it to the ground. As the reset pin should be placed in an active high state, it is directly connected with VCC. Thus, the configuration of improved stable multivibrator using 555 timer has been completed, which is able to control the duty cycle of the timer IC by changing the resistance of the potentiometer.
Now we have successfully made the controller portion and we are able to get the controlled pulse output from the output terminal. Our next work would be to merge this controller circuit with the source in a such way that we can implement the control over the source voltage.
At this point of my project, I need the switching property of the transistor to implement a control over the input voltage to the load terminal with the help of the controlled pulse output. A NPN transistor has been used for the switching purpose. The positive terminal of the source has been connected with the collector of NPN transistor through the load. Emitter of the NPN transistor has been connected to the ground with a switch, and the base of the NPN transistor is connected directly to the output of the controller. As I am using a single high voltage source to control the complete circuit as well as the load, the high voltage or any kind of fluctuation can harm or destroy the controller components. So I implemented another voltage regulator with IC7805 to supply the controller components safely. Two capacitors of 0.2 microfarad and 0.1 microfarad are connected in series with the input and output terminal of the 7805 respectively to rectify any fluctuation of the voltage. The LED3 and LED4, these two LEDs are the additional feature of my circuit. These are working as a indicator. LED3 is for 5 volt indication. If the 7805 is not working properly or the output voltage is less than 5 volt, the LED3 will not glow, whereas the LED4 will only glow when my circuit is connected properly to the 12 volt source terminal. After connecting all the components, I have switched to the hardware portion, as the wiring of the hardware components can make my video much more longer, so that I have already prepared it and I am going to show only the output from it. This is the proposed hardware combination of my project, where I am using a series combination of 3 lithium polymer battery of 3.7 volt that can produce maximum voltage up to 11.1 volt. As I have said earlier, that due to high voltage supply, I am using a voltage controller with the stable configuration. So here is the 7805 with aluminum heatsink to dissipate extra heat from it. This is the stable hardware configuration of 555 timer IC with 2 diodes in opposite direction and 2 resistance of 10 kΩ and a variable 50 kΩ, which is used to change the duty cycle of the timer, and the main timing capacitor of 100 microfarad. Another LED indicator has been implemented to the output terminal of the 555 IC to observe the output characteristics. BC547 NPN transistor has been placed due to its switching property along with two switches S2 and S3. Two additional LED was implemented to observe the source voltage and 7805 output voltage respectively. If we turn the circuit on, the blinking of blue indicator indicates the output pulse of the controller. Changing the value of R2, the potentiometer, can change the active high and active low time of the controller, which is highly required to control the load accordingly. Here I have used a series combination of 8 LED to represent the load. After connecting the LED with the circuit, the load with the circuit, if we press switch 2 or S2, the load is glowing constantly, which is my second objective of the project. On the other hand, if we press the switch 3 or S3, the load is setting in the continuous blinking mode along with the timer IC, which is my third required objective to the mini project. Thus, I have completed my mini project successfully.
So as I have reached at the very end of my demonstration, but before ending, I would like to express special thanks to Professor Dr. Shaini Ghosh and Professor Dr. Avinash Singh to give me this wonderful opportunity to make this project, and all my helping hands who have supported me a lot to make this project successful. I'm thankful to all of them.